Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking a look at Vaporesso's newest SubOhm tank. Looks different than most of your SubOhm tanks, operates a little bit different than most of your SubOhm tanks, and she vapes a flippin' treat. Oh yeah, and she's called the Cascade. Alrighty, so here's the packaging this Vaporesso Cascade tank comes in. And of course, inside that packaging, you're going to receive your Cascade tank. You get this extra glass tube. Comes with some extra O-rings and a seal. You get an extra coil head, a coil head adapter for your previous GT Core coils. Comes with a warranty pamphlet and a warning card. And last but not least, you get this Cascade tank user manual. So the color options I've seen personally is this rainbow, matte black, blue, and stainless steel. Also, another thing that I do want to point out, the rainbow version was the only one that came with a resin 510 drip tip. All the other versions, the blue, the stainless steel, and the black, all came with a Delrin 510 drip tip. So all the Cascade tanks that you see in this video are primarily made of stainless steel. As far as measurements goes, at the base 25mm in width, and at its widest area she's 28mm in width, and this sucker's 56mm in length. At the base of this device, it seems to have a Delrin plate. The 510 threads are nice and smooth, and it also comes with a non-adjustable 510 pin. Down here at the base, she's got triple adjustable airflow. You grab a hold of this airflow ring, you twist and you turn it. Whatever you adjust on this side is going to be the same all across the board. It stops in one direction and stops in the other. At the top, you got top fill. You see this arrow? You just push on this top cap. It swivels open. You could fill her up. This bad boy holds 7 mils of e-juice. Once you're done filling her up, you just pull her back into place and you're good to go. Also, another thing to point out, this top cap is reverse threaded, so you can unscrew this sucker, swivel this bad boy open. Let's say you've torn this gasket. You can pop this sucker out and pop the extra one it comes with. Once you're done, you just swivel it, pop the top cap back on there. Remember, this is reverse threaded, and you're good to go. Like I said before, the rainbow version comes with this resin 510 drip tip. I call it a 510 drip tip sleeve because it kind of is a drip tip sleeve, as you guys can see. And she fits snug as a bug. And if you want, you could use all your preferred 510 drip tips with this. Now, just letting you know, all your other preferred 510 drip tips aren't going to be sleeved like this, so it's going to sit on top instead of hovering over it. That may be a con of some of you guys. And the coils are all press fitted. If you unscrew the base, you see that here's the pre-installed coil, and this coil reads at 0.15 ohms. But like I said, press fitted. Check that out. Love these press fitted coils. Vaporesso has done that in the past, and it's kick ass. This is a quad coil reading at 0.15. Like I mentioned, 80 to 200 watts recommended. You got your feed slots. Uses organic cotton. Bad mamma jamma coil in my opinion. But yeah, she's press fitted into this section right here. So you want to juice this bad boy up beforehand, make sure you prime her up, and then you press fit her in there and you're good to go. But if you take this sucker out, I want to show you these little feed slots. See those little notches there? So down into this section right here, it holds 2 mils, and again up here it holds 5 mils. And look in there, you got this little conical thing going on, and that's to increase the flavor and smooth out the airflow. And here's what the inside of the base looks like. Everything is nice and clean. This is right out of the packaging, guys. And here's the other coil this sucker comes with. It's a 0.4 recommended vape, 40 to 80 watts, and this is a big old macro coil. Uses organic Japanese cotton. You got your feed slots on the outside. Again, this sucker also press fits into that chamber. And again, like I just showed you, this sucker also comes with a GT adapter. That's for all your GT Core coils that Vaporesso made in the past, all your C-cell coils. But you unscrew this sucker, okay? You pop your GT Core or your C-cell coils in here, screw it together, and then you slide it in there in the chamber section. Let me show you. Here's the C-cell coil. This came with the swag kit, so this does not come with this kit. But you pop this coil head into the base of this adapter, screw this bad boy in, and she's ready to be press fitted into the chamber section. Again, here's the chamber section. Just press fit it and go. That's a huge, huge, huge pro in my opinion. Now let me go ahead and go over the cons for this bad boy. First of all, this is not 810 drip tip compatible. Second, the rainbow version, at least with the ones that I've received, was the only one that came with the resin drip tip, the 510 resin drip tip. Again, all the other ones that I've received, the blue, the black, and the stainless only came with the Delrin 510 drip tip. I wish they'd all come with the resin. Next con, even though this kit comes with a GT Core coil head adapter, I mean, that's killer, but it does not come with a GT Core coil head. It should have. In my opinion, it would have made this sucker that much more versatile. And the last thing that I found with this tank, I don't consider it a con, but it would be something that would make this sucker that much better. It's the top fill. I like the top fill for this device. It's easy to slide open, it's easy to close, but if this sucker had a locking mechanism to where when you slid it in, it locked into place, I think it would have made it that much better. And something else I want to point out, you really can't pour your juice in. The slot needs to be a little bit bigger. I'm a big fan of pouring my juice in, but if you have a unicorn tip, I think you're going to be fine. Now on to the pros. Love the color options. Love how you have the blue, like the stainless, like the rainbow, and I like the matte black. The matte black, in my opinion, is my favorite, and I love the rainbow, but I just like the fact they have color options. Even though this is not A10 drip tip compatible, I'm really digging the resin drip tip that came with this rainbow version. Love, 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 love resin. The top fill, easy peasy to use, like I just mentioned. Big fan. I haven't had any issues with it. Personally, I like the way this thing looks. It looks different than any other SubOhm tank that I've seen, and different is good. It definitely catches your eye, and I love the fact that it holds 7 mils of juice, and I like the feeding system. The way this thing vapes is phenomenal, which I'm going to show you in a second. It's been vaping great with all the coil heads, the 0.4 and the 0.15. Flavor vapor, it's good. Airflow for this, I'm going to show you, but it's smooth, baby. I also like the fact that it's 25 millimeter at the base. You know, I've seen online 24 millimeter. I've seen 26 millimeter. No, at the base, it's measuring 25 exactly. But I like 25 millimeter devices a lot. Back to the airflow, like this triple adjustable airflow, and you get a ton of it. The press fitted coils, that is a huge feature, man. I am digging the press fitted system. And again, I'm a big fan of this GT Core coil head adapter. Very, very, very versatile. The fact this sucker comes with an extra glass tube, I mean, that's a given with all these tanks nowadays, but it's got to be mentioned as a pro, and I like the fact that they have color options for this. That's right. Go to their site. You can see all the color options they have, the different color options for the tanks. So today I'm going to be using this 0.15 ohm coil head, but the first thing you got to do before you pop her in there is you want to juice her up. You got to prime her up for you newbies watching. Press fit her in there. Screw on the base. Open up the top fill and fill her up. Close her off, adjust the airflow, and we're ready to go. Now, something else I want to point out with this device. I noticed with the matte black and the stainless steel, the adjustable airflow is a little bit looser than the rainbow and the blue. And just to show you what she looks like on devices, here's the Desire mod she's hopped on, and I tell you what, it looks the tits, baby. Like I said, 25 millimeter at the base, and there's no overhang. Here's what she looks like on the Jabo Wismec RX2 2700. To me, it's a little bit tall for this product, but I still think it looks good. Love the black and the black. Matchy matchy. And there's no overhang. Here it is on the Smollett Canon TC218. It still looks a little bit wonky on there. This tank right here is for a big mod like the Desire. But since it's 25 millimeter, you're not going to have any overhang. It just is meant for big mods. Oh yeah, so now it's time to vape on this rowdy classer. So I got her sitting on the Desire mod, but I got the matte black sitting on here. Matte black, in my opinion, is my favorite by far. I like the way this thing looks. I like how it's big at the top and it kind of gets thinner. And anything that's different that looks good, in my opinion, I think it's going to sell well. I really do. And the way this thing vapes, I'm going to show you, but the way it vapes, whether you're using the 0.15, whether you're using the 0.4 that comes with it, the older G-Core, the C-Cell coil heads, vapes great, man. The airflow for this, it's slicker than a snail's piss flaps. It's good. It's smooth. 7 mils of juice. With this 0.15 ohm build, I'm vaping at 75 watts, man. 75 watts, that's it. And I got the airflow about 3/4 of the way open. You know the drill. Both the freaking coil heads from the get-go, the flavor is great. I would say, realistically, 2-3 hits max, and it was on a full-on flavor. For me, at least. Look at the vapor production, man. The vapor off this is noticeably denser than most SubOhm tanks out there. I'm telling you. Don't you see it? Here, I'm going to get back and show you. I mean, that is some dense vapor. And this is only a 50-50 blend. 50-50 juice blend, and I'm not getting any leaking. Obviously, no dry hits, but look at the vapor production. Yeah, most of these devices nowadays chuck big vapor, but this is some of the densest vapor I've gotten off a SubOhm tank in a long while, noticeably. And you know why I think the vapor's so dense off this? I think it's because of the way it's engineered, how you have it big up top, that 5 mil juice capacity, and then it drops down to 2. It's the way they've engineered it to where it kind of, you know, spreads out. It feeds to that coil, that little 2 mil chamber. I think that makes a huge difference. So whatever Vaporesso did for this, they did it right, especially when it comes to vapor production and flavor. 50-50 blend! Can you imagine what a 70 VG, 80 VG juice would do? You wouldn't be able to see my ass. But like I said in the close-ups, and I'm going to say for every product, nothing's perfect. There's always going to be cons. There's always going to be negatives. And this definitely has some negatives. But in my opinion, I think the pros definitely outweigh the cons for this. I mean, this thing chucks the tits, baby. And to me, the airflow just comes with ease. It just feels good to my lungs. You know how some devices, the airflow just doesn't feel as good as others? It doesn't come as easy? There's definitely no problems when it comes to that with this. I mean, the airflow comes easy. It's comfortable. So yeah, that's halfway open. Here it is without me taking a hit. Close it off even more, about 3/4. I mean, she is smooth as hell all across the board. Enough with the pros and the cons. Let's get into price point. Okay, $33.99. That's what I'm seeing, a site, online site that's credible that I know of. I'll post a link down in the description. Now on to the big question, the big answer of the day. Hey, Rip, which vapor out there is going to benefit from this bad boy the most? Which vapor is going to want this? Which vapor is going to need this? This is going to be meant for the vapor looking for a big tank. I mean, even though it's 25 millimeter at the base, it's still big, man. It jumps up to 28. I mean, it's going to look wonky on your small mod. So if you're a small mod type of vapor, don't get this. But if you're a big mod type of vapor and you're looking for a big old SubOhm tank, well, then this puppy chugger is probably for you. God almighty, I still can't get over the vapor production for this. I mean, look how foggy this is. It's been a long time since I fogged up a room like this with a SubOhm tank. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, liked it, found it entertaining and helpful. If you did like this video, well then hit that like button down below. Let me know that you care and share it for all your friends to see. And if you want to see more of me, then subscribe for more. This is Rip Chippers, and remember, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now.